Christ returns. This is probably a very sensitive topic, widely publicized and widely spoken about, and also mostly widely misunderstood. This is with the cognizance of the widely publicized interpretations of the different aspects of what the Bible means, and in particular what it means for Christ to return. And so today we're going to discuss this assertion. We are told that Christ consciousness, or as we know it, God, begotten his only Son and gave birth to that Son in an incarnated or human form, Jesus Christ, into this world 2,000 years ago. We also learn that while Jesus was in this plane, on this earth, his people knew him not. His brother knew him not, for he thought he was only flesh and blood. So he came to teach the new way of life that would follow him, or that would have been ushered in by the cosmic wheel of life, and how as human beings we were supposed to shift our consciousness and live our lives. Because you would have noticed before 2,000 years ago, or before the story of Jesus Christ, let's say before the New Testament in the Bible, the Old Testament is mostly based on physicality of things. For example, offerings on altars to the Most High. So the connection to the Most High was mostly on the aspects of the physicality of things, or the divination of nature to connect to the Most High. So the teachings of Jesus Christ then come to say there's no need for that anymore. For there has been a rebirth. We are being taught that he has died for us. Death, obviously, of Jesus Christ is a mystery. For this purpose, the death of Jesus Christ is the union or the coming together of flesh and spirit into this dimension. So in other words, when you are born, you come to this world with your heightened self, but your eternal selves, when you come to this world, becomes crucified in your physical body. Let me repeat. your eternal self, when you enter this dimension, when you are born, becomes crucified. To be exact, in your head as consciousness. So we see, for example, when you watch the movie of Jesus Christ and you see where he was crucified, the place was called Golgotha, place of skull. This is another symbology or representation that indeed he is entombed, and he was crucified in our skull as the third eye, and entombed in our base sacral or scrotum. No, not scrotum. Sacral. Our base bone, our base vertebrae of our spinal cord. And is entombed there as the serpent energy that would rise and ignite the pineal gland, which would be your resurrection. But we're explaining here today the return of Christ. So, understanding also that this dimension that we're on as Earth is in correspondence with the 666 code. And the 666 code is not a devil code. We will, in this instance, explore it in a scientific form. Our Mother Earth is carbon in nature, and that means, according to the periodic table, the carbon is the 6th element. And carbon has 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neurons. We can take it further to say that this dimension, according to Platonic solids, is the first dimension from the base, representing itself of the material world, represented also by a hexahedron shape, geometric shape, which is a cube, which if opened has 6 sides and corresponds to the cross to which Jesus Christ was crucified. So that's the first phase, that's the first level of consciousness, the physical state of things. And then when you go up, you go to water, and the water level corresponds to plants, giving you the ability to smell. And then as you go up, you go to the next level of dimension, which is of consciousness, the level of air. And the level of air also is now perceived with animals. Now that we have gas, we have motion, oxygen, because with water we have hydrogen, emotion, we have liquid state, taste, we can taste the plants. Then now we go to air, motion, oxygen, mind, hearing, it's the animals. And as we go up higher on the states of consciousness, we go to fire. Now we get tetrahedron, we get light, sight, nitrogen, temperature. Now we get human, the human kingdom, because you have sight, you can see, you can think, you can. And then we go up higher to the last one, which is ether, which is represented by the dodecahedron, which represents a state of space, dimensions, and plasma, modes of love, touch, and angels, consciousness, obviously. And so it is very beautiful to understand that as we go up higher in the states of consciousness, we are understanding that the pathway for Christ to return was paved, was predestined in all of us. And so during these times right now, for example, we are experiencing what the Bible has labeled in the Revelations as the end times, and also mostly what other people have prophesied as the Great Awakening or the end days, the end of the world. Now, not analyzing a lot of those assertions made, but only focusing on the biblical text of things on Revelations. When you check the word end times in the Revelations and you translate it back to Hebrew, end days or end of the world, in Hebraic form, it literally translates to the end of an age or a period, not of the world entirely. Then that brings us back to the aspect of Jesus being here in human form 2,000 years ago. So in astrological speaking, the sun reaches a period of what we call the precession. This is after all the planets have rotated the sun, and the sun has gone 260 degrees, traveling throughout the signs of the zodiac and back. So that period has been estimated by ancients, even to this day, as at least to be 2,500 years, or 2,558 years to be exact, or something like that. So Jesus in astrology, or the period by which Jesus incarnated as a human into this kingdom, is represented by Pisces. Pisces is represented by two fish. These two fish are also noted in the Bible as Jesus feeds a crowd of 5,000 people with two fish and loaves of bread, the loaf of bread. And so this fish represents the period by which Jesus was in human form into this planet. And so now we are entering the new period, which we call the Aquarius period. Now, in astrological form again, Aquarius is represented by a water bearer, which he pours knowledge out by air. We can see with the emergence of technological advancements, communication. So now we are being prepared to think positively and think anew of our old ways and how we used to think of who we were and who we are really, with respect to belief systems and how we thought this world is and is incarnating or is going to happen. This obviously is affected by a lot of aspects of things. We'll discuss again other things like the 4 horses spoken about again in the Revelations, or the 4 horsemen. These again are the cardinal signs of the zodiac, or you can say the 4 seasons of nature, or the 4 corners of earth, 4 signs of the compass, 4 fixed signs of the compass. So it is without but we should understand that this period gives us a great chance to understand that Christ returns in us. And that means we become self-aware, we become more conscious of who we are, why we are here, and what we have to do about that. And this does not only makes us scared, but it gives us the ultimate power to which we had given a proverbial control system, to which we had expected so much of it to take care of our lives. It is then with this respect that we have to take our power back. Ironically speaking, that power which we have much of our life externalized would have to be realized, reconditioned and reconfigured, that it has never left us. In fact, it has always been within. But our miseducation has misaligned us with it, made us think that we had to do something to get it to be it, or we were not even worthy of it, and thinking sometimes that maybe there were certain few selected people that were meant for such things. But not like that. It's not like that. I can promise you, each and every individual in this world is made in the same image as the divine creation, as this beautiful nature is, as beautiful God is, as beautiful Allah, beautiful Buddha, beautiful everything, anything, any higher power that you believe in. We're all made in that same image. And image doesn't mean picture or something tangible like physicality. Image means character, means, things like consciousness, the fact that you are able to think, to be in one with self. You are in a way an aspect of God. You are in a way an extension of God in this time. Obviously, there is imperfection in this time, and we're not here to strive for perfection. However, we're here to learn and expand by that which we are in recognition of within ourselves, because then we would not learn so much about ourselves if we didn't come here. It's so beautiful though. Christ returns within us, not outside of us. Christ returns within us, not outside of us. Christ returns within us by raising our consciousness into becoming our one selves, your higher self, that which does not fade, that which is not in duality, whether on the wrong side, on the positive side, or right side, that which is always there observing both of those duality, not the duality in itself, and that which your perceptions comes forth and your opinionate expression of yourself. That is what I'm talking about. That's which we are trying to raise a form, vibration and power to, so that the expressions now and convictions that are in this outward world are better. Because if I can shut up, we're messing up in the manifested world. And so we need to fix the inner world, the spiritual world, our inner selves, our true selves, and so that we can ascend to better manifested worlds. It starts with us. Thank you.